time because the mods are going to be working very busy to keep out trolls and rude and ignorant comments. So if you're asking for a recap and stuff like that, please keep that question in mind and wait till the end and we can answer them. Then it might be an easier time.
And as a reminder, I will post this up on my channel. It may take a while because I'll have to cut it up, but I will post, and I'll put yesterday's up as well. So, as a reminder, so I am the judge. So when I'm speaking, that's the judge, and then principal, you are.
I am Miss Budnick and John Geesey, not Goosey, not Geisey. It's Geesey, motion twin.
Wait, how can you do that? How can you be his attorney and him? We may have to switch that up.
Because somebody dropped out yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was Queen. Yeah,
I was gonna say, if you guys wanted, like yesterday, if you guys wanted me to just do the witnesses.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's keep the attorneys the same, and we'll just have her be all the witnesses.
Okay.
Because if not, then she's just sitting there the whole time. And because if not, then you would be reading your question. I think that could get confusing, asking a question and answering it.
You're the judge, and Heather is
Mr. Sands. I've only been disbarred once.
Okay. Just once.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So Heather is Bree's attorney. Huckleberry is going to be whatever witness is on the stand.
And I'm going to have, and I'll change my picture from, if I'm a witness for 2K, it'll be his picture. If I'm a witness for Bree, it'll be her picture.
Love it. Okay.
For Bree too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We're good.
All right. So here we go.
63 line 8 is where we left off because I've just left my phone right there last night.
Okay, what page?
63 line 8, unless you just want to.
Okay, that's what I thought, because we're getting ready to call Mama 2K, right?
Yep.
Yeah, unless you want to go back to page 62, line...
No, I think we finished up because we went to let's take a break. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Thanks, Your Honor. You can walk. Yeah, I think we made it all the way down to Mama 2K, right?
Well, we took the recess. So, like on 14 where it says recess taken, and
it would be 15.
Yeah, I left.
Okay, so I'll start at 15.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So court is in session. Court is in session. No, this is from September of 24. Okay, we're back on Geesey versus Olson. Miss Budnick, your next witness is.
It's my client's mother, Mama 2K, and she's also in the hall.
Would you get her, Mr. Kin, or would you get Miss Kin? Sorry. You can stand right there, and I'm going to have you sworn in. Mama 2K, called as a witness by petitioner, having been duly sworn in, testified as follows.
Yes.
Please be seated and state and spell your name for the record.
My name is Mama 2K.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
The way this is going to go to proceed is Miss Budnick's going to ask you some questions, and then Mr. Sands will ask you some questions.
Okay.
I might at times as well.
Okay.
So I make sure I understand what is being said. We have a court reporter, which means it's important that you not interpret their questions and you not interrupt their questions and they not interrupt your answers. I'm going to make sure that happens. If I am waving my hand at you or something, I'm just trying to let you know I think somebody's violating my rule, okay? And then if you have any questions about, what's going on, or if a question you don't understand the question, just speak up and ask for clarification.
Understood. Thank you.
Ms. Budnick.
So, Mama 2K, are you aware of what John does for a living?
Yes, I am.
Can you describe for the court what he does?
He is a content creator, does social media. He is also a barber, and that's what he does.
And is his work as a barber, was that how he developed a following on social media?
Correct. It was. He would film, make content videos, cutting his client's hair in the chair and their conversations and start posting it on TikTok.
And do you have any idea, well, when did that start? The initial videos when he was working as a barber?
Maybe 2 years ago. I think that's where we're at. I think.
And in the past 2 years, have you seen his social media following grow?
I've seen it grow. I've seen it stop. I've seen it decline. And then I've seen it grow again. The comments have changed.
And there was, you said, a period where you saw it stop and decline. When did that occur?
When him and Brianna broke up, one of the times that they broke up.
When was there a period where they broke up more or less for good prior to baby W's birth?
Correct, yes.
Do you know when that was? Like a month and a year?
I'm going to say W was born this year, early last year, maybe September.
Oh, sorry. September is when they broke up for the last time.
Correct. August, September. W was born last year, my birthday, 2023.
Today is your birthday?
And today is my birthday again, full circle.
Happy birthday. So today, as we sit here, do you know about how many followers John has on social media? And by social media, I'm referring to across accounts, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
I don't, because one of the accounts was hacked into and taken down. And then he had to create another one.
Are there any accounts you have an idea of his followers? Give me a ballpark.
He's got 1.2, I know, on TikTok.
And do you know, so he has a child and was in a relationship with the respondent, Bree Olson, correct?
Correct.
Does she also have a social media following?
Yes.
And is her social media following also in the millions?
Correct.
And when John chooses content, is it public so everybody can see it?
Correct.
Is your understanding that Bree's social media is also public so anyone can see it?
Correct.
When, for example, Bree shares something on her TikTok, anybody can watch it.
Anybody can watch it, yes.
You had mentioned earlier, after John and Bree broke up in September, there was a decline in John's following for a period. How long did that last for?
Till he saw W.
And then, is it your opinion that he started to regain support from
Correct.
the public, for lack of a better word?
Correct.
Is John's income tied to his following on social media?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance?
Yeah, I think a lot of these questions you're asking here can be. Ms. Budnick,
Yeah,
25.
that's fine.
Your client didn't maybe. If you could just focus on what you mean to her.
Absolutely. After John and Bree broke up on or around September of 2023, was that the end of the relationship, or did they maintain any?
That wasn't the end. There was phone calls. He tried to block her number because he was done. He was getting, and the reason I know this, because the phone's in my name. All kinds of incoming blocked calls because his number was leaked.
So let's narrow.
Again, This is stuff he can testify to.
So, just so I'm clear, did respondent start posting things about John on social media?
Correct, yes.
And were her posts limited to, they were negative, correct?
They were
Objection,
negative.
objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation. What does it mean to be negative?
I can ask her to elaborate.
Okay, I'm going to, I guess, overrule or deny if that's a motion to strike. You can proceed.
What kind of negative posts did you see? What kind of negative content did you see Bree post? Can you give some examples?
The real heavy negative stuff, they broke up in September. She also announced they were pregnant. September 17th, a year ago today. And how he was a deadbeat. She was doing this pregnancy alone. He didn't want nothing to do with her or the baby. Just kept calling him a deadbeat, saying that he was acting like this because Brianna made posts that he was acting like this because I got used to being left. I got used to being beat. He doesn't know how to be in a relationship with a female.
Did she insult other members of your family?
She's tagged me in multiple videos. She specifically made videos for me and tagged me, which means she put @ in my username that are still today on her TikTok account now.
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
I have no content on my page, so before it was nothing, but with all the drama going back and forth, and then her starting to tag me in videos that I get beat, I get left, it started increasing. I just checked it out. There are over 4,000, and I still have no TikTok videos on my account.
You said, I got beat, I got left. How does that relate to the videos? Just tell me.
Brianna would make videos and tag me in them that John witnessed me getting physically beat by men throughout his entire life, and she could tag this stuff. And that's why he doesn't know how to be a man.
By Brianna tagging your account in her post, that led people starting to follow you on TikTok?
Correct. And started sending me direct messages in my inbox on my accounts. Are you proud that you raised a woman beater? A deadbeat? Sorry.
And did Brianna insult you at all directly? For example, did she ever threaten you?
She made a TikTok stating that if I keep watching her page, she was going to put me exactly right next to where my dad is. And my dad is passed.
Do you know about when that occurred?
The 1-year anniversary of passing on October 20th.
Of last year?
Uh-huh.
How frequently have you seen since September of 2023, the respondent post about John or your family on her social media?
Daily. If she's not posting, she's going live daily, where she has like a live podcast chat where she communicates with her chat, and it's constant.
And when she goes live, how long do those last for?
For 30 minutes to an hour.
This is happening
every day.
Every day. How is it affecting? How are these posts affecting your family?
Again, he started his content as a barber. So family, friends, everybody in our community is following him as supporters. Now, I don't let my mom, my sisters can't go on TikTok because anything that comes up, you see all the negative stuff about him being a woman beater, a deadbeat, all the hate. I'm a fat ass. Everything comes up about our family just on a search. People at my job, my daughter's job, the neighbors, it's everywhere. I understand it's her right to be able to speak. It's John's right. It's our right. It's all of us. But I deserve a right to privacy. I deserve a right to keep my personal business private. I had a whole career, you know. In my work, I used to be a recruitment business partner for CBS.
I'm going to object.
It's fine. I'm not interrupting you. But the way it works is You just answer the question
I'm sorry.
and move on to the next one. You don't have to apologize. Just focus on the question and limit yourself to that.
The things that these posts that Brianna has made about or shared about you and your family, the things she's saying about you guys, are they true?
Absolutely not. She doesn't know our family. She hasn't been in our life long enough to and they weren't in a steady relationship that long to know any of these things that she said.
You mentioned that there was, sounds like, a turn in the response that your family has gotten on social media. And you said that that was since John started seeing W. Do you know, when did he start getting to see W?
The first agreed visit was finally Father's Day weekend.
And do you know, and I guess I can ask my client about this, but do you know, since Father's Day, how frequently has John spent time with W?
As many times as when she asks, he takes it. We've been here in California the majority of the summer.
And has John had Winter in his custody the majority of the summer?
Correct.
Overnight?
Yes.
And on John's social media, what he shares with the public, is there a difference that you've noticed between what John shares and what Bree shares?
Yes.
What is that distinction?
John shows videos of his relationship, like playing with W, loving on W. That's it. It's just it's innocent. It's just him playing with his son.
And Bree, are her posts that you've seen continuing to bash John or treat him as though he's a deadbeat father?
Correct. That he's the bare minimum.
I don't have anything further, Your Honor.
Mr. Sands?
Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Kin, where do you and John currently reside?
In Garland, Texas?
And from your recollection, do you know when John, I'm assuming he lived in California at some point? Was there a time period in 23 or 24 where he relocated to California or moved to Texas?
You mean Florida?
I'm sorry. Is John in Florida?
We're temporarily in California right now.
Where do you live?
In Texas.
My question is, when did Mr. 2K relocate back there in Garland, Texas with you?
Objection. I think it assumes that he relocated.
Why don't you go through the sequence where in that last number? The last 10 years where you and he lived. Just a big picture.
Texas. I moved to Florida in 2018, and that's where John graduated from high school. I moved there for work. Then after 2020, he graduated high school, and my grandfather got sick. We moved back to Texas. We were in Texas. After my grandfather passed, we moved back to Garland.
And what year was that?
2019.
So now you and the petitioner are living in Texas.
Correct.
Bring me to the next relocation, if any.
I've lived in Texas. John wanted to start marketing his products, his hair care products. So he wanted to do that and start branching out. So we rented a loft in Tampa, which is where all of the merch, all his product, stuff like that are.
And so was there ever a time after 2019, Miss Kin, where you personally relocated to California?
No.
Do you understand, do you have an understanding of 2K relocating to California between 2020 and 2023?
That is my son's last name.
Just really fast, just for those of you guys in the chat, we're not releasing. That's why some of the stuff we're cutting out, because we're not giving like last names, birth dates, locations, medical stuff. So some of that stuff we're going to cut out just so it's not confusing. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I'll just call him Petitioner then. When did he move to California? Do you know?
No,
So, is it your understanding that he's never been a resident of the state of California?
no,
Do you understand him to be a resident of the state of Texas?
correct.
Was he ever temporarily living in the state of California?
No,
Is it your understanding if he ever lived with the respondent for any extended period of time?
no.
And ma'am, if you're getting all these messages from third parties and your family, why not just delete your TikTok account?
Why do I have to if it's my First Amendment right to have social media?
Okay, and isn't it?
Why do I have to do that? I'm sorry.
You don't need to argue. That's okay.
It's true and correct. You don't have to look at the respondent's stories, correct?
Objection, argumentative.
Overruled.
You voluntarily watch her stories, correct?
Only because of the harassment that's going on right now, yes.
And with respect to the phone bill, you say that the petitioner blocked the respondent, correct?
Correct.
Did you do any sort of research or tracing or IP investigations to verify whose those phone numbers were coming from?
I did not.
So at this point, you don't know who's making those phone calls.
I don't know, but I know that the calls started coming in after his phone number was leaked on the internet.
Isn't it also true and correct that the petitioner had his phone number for his barbershop posted on his TikTok page?
I don't know about that.
How about his Instagram page?
I don't know about that.
You have no idea whether your petitioner's phone number for his barbershop was posted generically online at any time between 2021 and 2023.
There was never an issue before.
It's non-responsive, Your Honor. The question is if she knows whether or not his phone number.
It's asked and answered.
The question is whether you were aware if it's the case that his barbershop phone number was publicly published.
The barbershop number, I'm sure, was published publicly. It's a business.
Do you have any disputes that the petitioner had any of his clients that they were unhappy or dissatisfied with his haircuts?
Yes.
Are you aware of the petitioner posting anything about this court case today
No.
on TikTok?
No.
Do you have on, how about Instagram? Did he post anything on Instagram today?
I only focus on TikTok. I haven't seen anything.
You follow your petitioner's story as well, correct?
I follow all of them.
All of them, being both of them?
All their social media, how the algorithm goes.
And currently, is it fair to say that the petitioner lives with you in Garland, Texas?
Correct.
As we sit here today, Mrs. Ken, is it your understanding that the petitioner has more followers or less followers than the respondent on, I'll start with
Less.
Instagram? Than the respondent? Miss Budget?
I think that I think that misstates her testimony. You said all of them at once.
I'll withdraw the question and re-ask them, Your Honor. On Instagram, are you aware whether or not petitioner has more followers or less followers than the respondent?
2K has always had less followers than Brianna. Brianna has been on TikTok or social media longer than 2K, and I'm pretty confident her accounts are all verified.
So you would disagree with me if I told you that Mr. Petitioner has 400,000 followers on Instagram and the respondent has 100,000? You would disagree with that?
That misstates her testimony. It's argumentative.
I can show you the pages, Your Honor.
It's also irrelevant.
You just have to give your best understanding. It may be wrong, but just give your best understanding, which is, and I understand your testimony, that the respondent generally has more followers than your son.
Correct.
And what would you say the length of the relationship has been with the respondent, Mrs. Ken? How long have you known her?
She came, I met her on Thanksgiving,
Wait a minute.
2023, 22, not that long.
23 is pretty recent.
Okay, so then 2022, November of 2022.
So the total time that you've known the respondent since we're in September of 2024 has been about a little less than 2 years?
Correct.
And have you ever had an opportunity in 2024, prior to this restraining order being filed, observe the petitioner and the respondent both in the same room with the minor child?
At the 4-month doctor's appointment.
Other than that doctor's appointment?
I've been there when they do the pickup and the exchange of W.
That's my question. So your knowledge base as to the parenting relationship between the petitioner and the respondent, based upon your observations, is either at the pickup exchanges or at the one doctor visit.
Correct.
Are you aware of any time where both the petitioner and the respondent resided in the same household with the minor child W?
No.
So is it also fair to say that all times relevant in this case, the petitioner and the respondent have been separated with their parenting relationship with the minor child W?
They've never been a couple.
Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. And from your perspective, Mrs. Ken, do you consider petitioner to be a public figure?
Can you clarify what you mean by that?
For a lack of better term, he puts himself out on social media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok, basically to generate content and gain followers or be an influencer. Would you agree with that description?
Yes.
The same would go for the respondent. She creates content and she generates and influences.
Correct.
Have you or the petitioner sought any sort of counseling or therapy as a result of what's been going on between the respondent and the petitioner?
I have.
Are you aware of the petitioner seeking any counseling?
No.
And is it in your position, Ms. Kent, that petitioner is a fit parent?
Yes, absolutely.
Independent of who actually, is it your position that the respondent is an unfit parent?
From what I've seen and on the internet and how I've seen W come over, yes.
And you had concerns about like W's well-being when he was put in the petitioner's care?
Can you repeat that?
Can we also clarify the release from he arrived in petitioner's care in a concerning manner, is what you're asking?
Exactly. You received the child, petitioner received the child, you received the child, Mrs. Mama 2K, sorry, and you have concerns about either his cleanliness or his
Correct.
diapers. Have you ever sought any sort of called Child Protective Services as a result of what you observed of Baby W, when you and petitioner received him?
No.
Have you ever called and made a police report about the condition of Baby W when you received him?
No.
Have you yourself made any sort of complaint through either TikTok or Instagram about the post that the respondent has made?
No.
Are you aware of the petitioner making any complaints to Instagram or TikTok as to the First Amendment Act post that the respondent has made?
Complaints? No.
I'm going to wrap it up here. My final set of questions. You've had the opportunity to observe the petitioner with the minor child, correct?
Yes.
Summer, those breaks, those times, right?
Correct.
From your perspective, those have all been positive experiences.
Correct.
And it's also fair to say that other than those exchanges, you have not had the opportunity to observe the respondent care for the minor child.
Correct.
Other than what's being characterized as the confrontational or contentious social media post, are you aware of any other instances of domestic DV between the respondent and the petitioner?
Besides the social media posts,
Right.
they were in an on again, off again toxic relationship. He is my son. I have a close relationship with my son, with all my kids.
And so you, as a parent, you've observed that these parties are not good together.
Correct.
So do you have any opinion of them independently? Like if John's away from the respondent or if the respondent's away from the petitioner? Do you have any observation of that?
Objection, vague.
You're asking whether she had occasion to see the respondent not physically near petitioner and if she drew any conclusion about her behavior?
Yes, I've kind of covered the custodial observations. Now I want to see the independent observations.
Have you seen Miss Olson in the context where your son was not involved?
No.
Last question, Mama 2K. So all of your observations that either come from the petitioner's statements to you are your observations of things online and social media.
And the pickup and drop offs? Yes.
And the pickups and drop-offs. No further questions, Your Honor.
I have some. You were asked about, or I guess told, that you voluntarily are watching the respondent's stories. When you access your own TikTok account, are there occasions or is there a mechanism by which you see stories even without going into her personal page?
Correct. It's an algorithm.
What do you mean by that? Can you explain it to the court?
If I follow 2K, it's going to bring up similar or like content, like-minded creators, their stuff, or if he is tagged in something by another content creator, like on a T page, like the gossip pages or whatever, those are always in my feed. I have Brianna blocked on my TikTok.
So you're seeing Brianna's content even though you have blocked her and you're not actually accessing her
Correct.
TikTok page.
Correct.
Your understanding is because Brianna is tagging John or you in her posts.
Correct. And I don't want to see it no more. But it's everywhere.
And just so we're all clear, so do other people, because you mentioned a T page, do other people, random people in the world, see Brianna's TikToks and then republish her content?
Yes, and I get tagged in it.
Objection to the third parties posting and contents.
I think she's observed it. It's a very common thing. I'll allow it.
Do you have the ability to have the TikTok at this time stage without seeing content
Correct.
that she's posting about your family?
Yes.
And how would you go about having a TikTok without seeing content, see post about your family?
I wouldn't be able to have one. I told my mom and my sisters, don't let mom on there. Don't let her on TikTok because all this stuff's going to come up.
Would you say the bulk, you said a feed, is that just suggested content then?
Correct.
An algorithm. Do you have any idea of a percentage breakdown of what suggested content is related to things that Bree is posting about your family?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Do you have any idea if it's possible to come up with an idea of the percentage of content that is showing up on your feed
No.
that is related to Bree?
It's all my feed is. I have to hurry to keep scrolling to find something else. Or I have to search cats. Sorry. Relatable.
So funny.
So, other than you going out of your way to search for something else, you can't avoid the content
Correct.
she's posting. You also mentioned all of her accounts, or you believe all of her accounts are verified. What does verified mean?
That she's professional. This is like how I understand it. It's got this blue check mark, like she's a legitimate content creator. She had to submit ID for this. It's a special status.
So it's an indicator that she's a public figure.
Correct.
Do you know how many times Bree has leaked John's 2K's private phone numbers on her social media?
3 come to mind.
And in response to all 3 of those occasions where she leaked his private phone number, or on any of these 3 occasions, were you able to witness 2K receiving unwanted contact from other people?
Correct.
And then has 2K, I think just to clarify, has 2K also, after he broke up with Bree in September of 2023, was there also a time where 2K blocked Bree specifically?
Correct.
And she continued to post about him on the internet thereafter.
You can't get around not seeing each other's content. Even if Bree has John blocked, she would still see his content.
So really, the only way you avoid seeing that content would be for them not to post it.
Or not to turn it on yourself.
Have you, during the period of time that John was in this on and off relationship with Bree, did you observe any changes in his mental or emotional health?
A big change.
What did you observe?
He was always in bed. He didn't want to get out of bed. He started closing all the curtains. He couldn't get out of bed. He was always looking at his phone. Is she going to call? What was he going to say? He was always super anxious, sick to his stomach. She would call, and he'd be like, I have to take it. I have to take it. And I'm like, 2K, you don't have to talk to her. You just sink into this. It was like a dark place, and it was hard for him to pull himself out of it and break away. But he finally did. And then where he started to want to cut hair again and started doing this stuff, he got called a washed up barber. So he tried to be positive about it and turn it into a hair care barber.
He got called a washed up barber by who?
Brianna.
You were asked about making complaints to Instagram or TikTok. Would you even know how to, like, where you were, how to go about reporting or making some kind of complaint about content?
No.
Do you know or have you witnessed 2K do anything to try to limit the type of content that is appearing on his own TikTok?
So I know when he goes live, he filters words. So if new stuff comes up, like if Brianna says something new, like bare minimum, then he'll put in a filter word. So if anyone comes into his chat that says bare minimum, he gets to filtered out. It doesn't even come through. So John doesn't even see the comment during his stuff.
So is he using filtered words to protect himself from seeing the offensive things she's saying about him to other people?
Correct. He's got to have at least 60 filtered words. The most recent one was the baby's name, W.
And prior to his relationship with Bree, if you know, do you know if he had to filter any words on his TikToks?
No, I don't even know about that myself.
You said you've observed Petitioner with the minor child. Can you describe what Petitioner 2K is like as a dad?
At first, he was nervous because 2K is the baby of the family, is the family of me. My cousin, sisters, like everybody, he is the baby. He's never been around babies. He was nervous. He was super protective, super cautious, but he's relaxed. He talks to him when he changes him. He loves bathing him. He talks to him. He's super attentive to him. He makes sure he's got clean clothes. He'll make sure that he's got new outfits. He makes sure that when we come out here and we stay here, that W has everything as normal as possible because we're in an Airbnb and not our home. He's got his same blankets. He's got his same baby toys. He's got the same toys, little balls. Everything is the same. And we try to set up each Airbnb for W the same, so he has some type of stability and norm.
When you say the same, is that because you guys have a setup somewhere else for W?
At home in Texas, he's got his own room. But when here, we move Airbnbs every couple of weeks, trying to find a cheaper one. The setup's the same. The diapers and the wipes go in the same spot.
Let's see. You were asked about what you've seen during exchanges, and you mentioned there were some concerning things you've observed about exchanges at Respondent and how she cares for Winter. What have you observed specifically?
There was a time when, and I didn't have any concerns, really. Like, she's a new mom. 2K's a new dad. They're new parents. They're young. I know she's out here by herself. Her mom's not here with her. Just trying to give that little bit of leeway. Cradle cap is normal, or it can happen in babies. So I had gotten some stuff specifically for cradle cap, so she could use that also. Sent it back with her. It was never used. The baby, she had dropped W off, and he was soaking wet. His entire neck, the onesie. This is a brand new onesie because we had just bought it. Was wet, soaked in milk, baby formula. When we went in to go change him, his onesie had mold. So there was mold all in the shoulder. So instead of getting upset, doing anything, having 2K connect with her and say anything, we just sent back clothes. We just sent back more clothes. There were new onesies, so she's had them. She's tired, laundry, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. She sent the clothes back with W at the next exchange.
She didn't want the new clothes.
They weren't brand new with tags on them. They were clothes we already had.
They were.
Correct.
I have nothing further.
Mr.
Miss Mama 2K, how many hours a day would you observe Petitioner on the internet when he was with you in Texas?
How many hours a day would I observe?
Would you observe Petitioner on...
I don't know. I was working.
Were there times when you observed him on his phone or not when he was with you in Texas?
I mean, just randomly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please continue, ma'am.
Just randomly. I wouldn't go like,
Are you aware that the petitioner messaged or informed the respondent about this mold issue with the onesie?
no.
With respect to the content that you received, would you agree with me that an issue with the algorithm as opposed to what's being posted?
If it wasn't posted, it wouldn't be in the algorithm.
But it's the algorithm that controls how the content gets disseminated.
Or me getting tagged in it because my family's being talked about.
That's fine. No further questions.
We're done.
Yes.
Thank you. You can step down and go back to wherever you came from. This judge cracks me up. Oh my God. Sorry. Just give me 1 second. Go back to where you came from. What the heck? Give me 1 second. Okay, what's next?
So I do have my client, and so I guess we can start. We can start his testimony. How late are you going to let us go to today?
We'll go to 4:30. I don't think we're not going to finish, unfortunately. Hold on really fast. Let me take a quick break. You guys, just really quick, for any of you guys coming in, we are reading the DVRO from September of 2024. I am the judge. Perfect is your 2K's
I am 2K and 2K's attorney. So how do you want to do this? Do you want?
Huckleberry's going to read 2K's part, and you're going to be the attorney.
Okay, good.
So Perfectly Imperfect is 2K's attorney, Heather is Bree's attorney, and Huckleberry is all of the witnesses. Just so you guys know. So this is, again, from the DVRO from September of 24, and this is very relevant to what's going to be happening on finishing up on Monday. So just want to let you guys know for those coming in. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys keep tapping, send your daily power meets. You never have to gift, but if you like to, we all appreciate that. Okay, let's keep going.
I was trying to figure out a way to put this on.
We can't see it anyways.
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking that too. I wanted to put like something like a sign that said "Judge," but I think the mods are doing great at putting in, and they're putting in who we all are, so they're doing great.
They keep reposting it. Like,
yep, you guys are amazing. Okay.
And
and everyone that's saying hi in the comments and sending gifts, thank you. I appreciate you. It's really hard to read and keep up.
Yes.
Thank you. We love you.
Okay, so we'll go till 4:30. I don't think we're not gonna finish, unfortunately, Mr. Sands.
So one thing council probably need for the benefit and help of the parties is some sort of custody order if we're not finishing today, just so that it doesn't happen again, even if it's temporary, Your Honor.
Well, let's get going. I'll probably stop around 4:15 just because we're going to have to pick a new date and talk about that. This really wasn't on for a temporary custody order, right? But if you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But let's just get going with the testimony, or with the testifying.
it's probably something we can make an offer on. The parties have been reaching agreement.
Let's go with Mr. Gatesy.
2K?
You can be seated. You've already identified yourself and you've been sworn in. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You've seen the drill here. The only thing I would say is please observe that one at a time rule. And anything is unclear to you, please feel free to speak up, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
2K. Right now, as we sit here today, what is your relationship to the respondent, Bree?
She's my ex-girlfriend.
And you guys share a child together, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you and did the sloth meet? Sorry, I had to get that in there once.
Sorry. Probably a month before Thanksgiving in 2022.
And did you guys start dating shortly thereafter?
Right away, if you know what I mean. So
Motion.
he did not say that.
What was the nature of your relationship? Was it a continuous relationship or off and on?
It was off and on.
And about how many times did you and Bree break up and get back together?
Countless.
Was there a period where there was, prior to W's birth, was there a period or a period of time where there was sort of a final break in the relationship?
When I decided to move to Tampa.
And when did that occur?
A month and a half before Brianna announced she was pregnant.
Do you have any idea of what month that was?
W was born April 26th. So if I could do the math, we can do the math. W was born April, 9 months prior to that, a month before, a month and a half before.
So around June or so, right?
Yes, sir.
After you broke up with Brianna, in this period of time between breaking up with Brianna, they get so repetitive. After you broke up with Brianna, in this period of time between breaking up with Brianna and then W's birth, did you guys have any contact with each other? I guess during the pregnancy?
Repeat your question.
Did you and Brianna have any contact with each other during the pregnancy?
During the pregnancy?
Yes.
When she flew out 5 months pregnant to the club that I was at to see my best friend.
And that was in person contact, correct?
Well, I got invited to the club, and she flew out to Tampa to see my best friend. And I ended up having to leave the club because I couldn't handle it seeing her.
Did Brianna have anything to... Did Brianna do anything to you remotely after breaking up prior to W's birth?
Did she do anything to me remotely?
Like, for example, to interfere with your business.
Yes.
What did she do?
She would tell people on TikTok Live to come harass me in my live, and that's how I made my money.
Was there ever a time where she took money from you?
Yes.
What happened?
When she hacked into my TikTok Live account and stole around $600 as I was actively on live, and everybody came to my chat and asked me, why did you give Bree? Why did you gift Bree? When my hands weren't even touching my phone.
Just for clarification, it was $800, guys.
Other than hacking you have a TikTok account that has money in it, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Multiple accounts.
Somehow, Brianna was able to gain access to your TikTok financial accounts?
Yeah, of course. Yes, ma'am.
This wasn't... At any point, did you authorize her to access your TikTok financial accounts?
No, ma'am.
Other than the time that she hacked, do you have an idea of what month she hacked your TikTok financial account and took $800?
I have the dates probably somewhere in my phone, but probably one or two.
Maybe sometime in the fall of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any other accounts that were hacked by Brianna after you broke up with her?
She hacked in, deleted my 2K USA account, which is my business LLC account that I promote all my brands on. The account that she stole the money from on TikTok, she took it. I'm pretty sure she made it as her own.
When you say she took it and made it as her own, can you explain to the court what you mean by that?
I'm pretty sure she put her profile picture and stuff if it was her. I can't guarantee that, but she for sure stole money out of that 2K USA account.
Somebody during the same period of time that she was hacking the 2K USA account and your financial account, someone also hacked one of your accounts and replaced your picture with what?
Like I said, I don't know if she actually took that account. She could have left the account, but the account that she hacked on TikTok, she took the money from. But I can't sit here and say that she made it her profile. I don't have access to that account anymore. I don't know if that was the account.
So, other than those couple of accounts around the same period of time, were there any other accounts that were...
She deleted my Instagram with 51,000 followers. And then I had to restart and make another account and run up 400,000 followers in 3 months.
You had to do extra work to gain followers back.
I had to restart.
And then, how do you know that it was Brianna who was responsible for deleting your Instagram account?
Because she ended up posting saying that one wasn't me, as if the other ones were.
So, in reference to one of the hacked accounts she took, she claimed wasn't her, but acknowledged that the rest had been her.
Exactly, because there was more than one.
Objection. That there's best evidence or something.
I'm going to ask.
I think it's argumentative, actually, and leading. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Understood. Just give me 1 second. After you broke up with Brianna, so during the fall of 2023, did she do anything else to harass you online?
Try to convince the world that I'm a bad person.
Did she share any private information?
Countless.
Like, what did she share specifically?
I mean, private information, my phone number. She leaked my phone number 4 times.
And in response to your phone number being leaked by Brianna, what happened?
Insane amount of calls. It was hard to juggle my barber business now because I would have certain clients, only certain clients, my close friends, before I blew up, that had my phone number because I wouldn't have an app. So they had my phone number, and I couldn't contact them anymore. She stopped my appointments from happening.
And that was because, so you said you received an insane number of calls.
Over thousands. Oh, sorry.
Over what period of time? Like, was it 1,000 calls in a day?
It happens, okay? So for weeks, kind of. And I mean, even to this day, I'll still get a few calls a day. 3 calls a day here and there because my phone number is still up on her TikTok that's leaked. So it is still visible to the public. my phone number as we're speaking.
And in addition to receiving unwanted phone calls, have you received unwanted contact in any other platforms as a result of the respondent's conduct?
Well, because she's so huge on TikTok, people hit me up on my IG.
And so, when you say hit me up, are you getting messages from people that you don't know on your social media?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then I also just remembered she deleted my YT. And a few days before she deleted it, she comments and goes, "It would be a shame if his YT account got deleted along with all his videos." And they were gone days later.
Has she made any other threats about you or your business or anything like that?
Yes, because what she would do, she would send subliminal messages. This is why I haven't been able to start my hair care product business, because I'm scared. Without a restraining order, she has said it would be a shame if that Shopify account got taken down. As in, she's telling people to go thwart her account. She's not just sometimes subliminal. She will direct people to tell me certain things in my chat.
When you were using the word subliminal, are you saying texting people to do something? Okay. How often would you say she makes suggestions to her followers to do things to you?
She harasses me every day.
Okay. So daily this is happening?
Yes.
And is the harassment limited to telling the followers to do things to you, or does she harass you daily by other means?
By other means.
Okay. Is this also occurring on her TikTok and social media?
Yeah, she does all types of form with this stuff.
For example, does she verbally abuse you?
All the time.
What kind of verbal abuse?
She calls me a deadbeat. She tries to convince everybody that I'm a bad person, that I'm stuck up my mother's coochie. It's her exact words. That I don't do anything for my son. Lies about money I sent her, saying that I didn't send her anything before my son was born. She lies about everything. She doesn't tell the truth about anything about me on the internet. She's never said anything positive about me being a good dad.
Slow down. I just want to ask you something. You talked about verbal abuse. That is written, this is written verbal abuse
She's speaking on live about me.
on live.
So she live streams.
Okay. Is that then preserved so somebody can look at it after the fact?
Yeah, she will go live stream. So what they will do, you can have 4,000 viewers in your live, and you could have only one viewer. But if you screen record it, it will be as if you took the video yourself, you know. It's in your phone. So she'll probably get 1,500 to 4,000 people in her live, and then she'll post it later. And hundreds of thousands of people are seeing it.
So there's thousands of people just sitting around waiting for her to post a live?
Exactly.
Have there been any lives posted? So, for example, you heard about an exchange yesterday. Did Brianna go live yesterday following or during this incident that happened yesterday at your Airbnb?
Did she go live?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have an idea how many people have viewed the live footage of that Brianna posted yesterday?
She had around 3,000 current viewers live. And I can check right now. Probably over 500,000 people in less than 24 hours, depending on what time it is. Less than 24 hours have seen it. Over 500,000.
500,000 people who watch this, do they then proceed to contact you or contact your family and comment about the things that Brianna says on live?
Yes, but there are only positive messages now because everybody sees how good I treat my son, and they see that she's doing it. She's doing in front of me for the entire world to see.
The content that is other than Brianna's lives. Can you give the judge, can you describe the content that Brianna was posting on her live footage yesterday? What was she doing?
She told me that I was going to be the puppet for the next 18 years of her life. I'm a deadbeat. I'm still stuck up my mother's coochie. I'm broke. I'm nothing. She also claimed that W wasn't my son. She said, "Get that DNA test. I can't wait until you find out."
Do you have any doubt that W's your son?
That's my son, regardless of the DNA.
Were there any other, how long was she live yesterday?
2 hours.
Were there any other insults she was saying about you during your 2 hour live reporting?
Plenty.
Do you have them offhand?
You don't know your dad. You're nothing but a sperm cell. Just weird stuff. Sorry, just all types of things like that.
How many times, if you can quantify, how many times was that live, then streamed, recorded, and shared by other people?
Probably around 20 accounts and over 500,000 views, and it's only been a day.
That's just one example. How often does she go on live and insult you?
Every single day.
Those lives, generally speaking, how long do they last for?
2 hours. 1 to 2 hours.
Do you do anything to try to protect your own social media accounts to protect yourself on your own social media accounts from seeing the hateful comments that Brianna is making about you on her social media?
I have Bree blocked on every single account, and she has been banned on multiple accounts for talking bad about me. I had to block her new accounts that she creates. Even though she is blocked, it still comes up on my algorithm because she's talking about me.
Does she tag you so that it guarantees you see it? How does that work?
I'm pretty sure she does not tag me, but people are seeing it and they want to repost it so they can make sure that I see it. It creates a toxic environment because I get paid from this. This is my job. This is how I support W. This is how I pay for his diapers, his food, his clothes. This is how I pay $10,000.
Slow down.
You don't have the ability financially to stop using social media, correct?
Exactly.
You know, I think maybe we should call it an afternoon because we do have some things we need to talk about and we need to be done by 4:30.
Okay.
I'm going, you step down. You're not done yet.
Yes, sir.
We'll be coming back another day. Let's have a scheduling discussion off the record. We'll come back and we'll come back and say what we've done off the record. I'll go back on record. We had a discussion off record. What I told council and the parties was that we have available October 30th and October 31st in the afternoon because another case just settled or continued. So I'm going to give that to you all, which is a good thing because otherwise we'd be in 2025.
Thank you.
I would also like to get some kind of briefing from you.
Yeah, on the constitutional issue,
On the constitutional issues in California, constitutional issues that Mr. Sands has identified.
perhaps it would be due, Your Honor, if there's a trial brief argument. And then that will be our argument as well. I don't know how the court wants us to submit it with the deadlines and stuff like that.
I was thinking it would be nice if you could get that to me in advance of this hearing so that you could, or so that you know, I can refine my thinking and you can too.
Sure.
I don't know. I just think for the sake of time and cost, if we're doing a hearing on the custody and DV issues, I think I would the preference would be to make oral arguments on the factual issues and brief the law. We're halfway through a hearing. I don't know how I can make a trial brief and prepare my arguments on the evidence when we're not finished.
Well, the way you would prepare for any trial brief.
Just laying forth what we're asking for, because not necessarily I can't talk about what respondent testified to without making arguments.
I frankly don't really need argument on what the facts showed because I got that. It's fine to do. But what I really want would be something short, concise, with the most important case citations that you want me to consider on the First Amendment issues because I see that as a really big thing.
Definitely.
I'm not fully informed about that. I have some knowledge, but it would help me to get into a little more deeply. So I'm not looking for a law review article. I'm not looking for something really long. I'm looking for, frankly, something that I can read that cites and read the case myself.
Do you want us to attach cases, or would you rather?
So let's make that 2 weeks prior, October 16th, because I think that discipline will help the other things. Again, let's go off record again. Off record. We had a discussion.
We should clarify the time of day. Let's do each exchange. I think the clearer, the better.
So on a 2-2-5 schedule, the petitioner is going to have Monday, Tuesday. The respondent is going to have Wednesday, Thursday. And then the petitioner will have the next period. So Friday, Saturday, the respondent.
2-2-5. It would be my client.
Goes to the petitioner.
Yes.
It goes back to the petitioner on Friday.
The Thursday to Sunday kind of thing.
Friday the 20th to, well, then he would have Friday the 20th to Wednesday drop off, because that would be the 5 period.
Correct.
And then Friday exchange would be 9 a.m. also.
Yes, all exchanges are at 9 a.m. All exchanges at the Hollywood Station Police Department. The 2-2-5 is going to be the Monday, Tuesday petitioner, Wednesday, Thursday respondent, and then
respondent will get the 5 days.
Then the respondent's going to have the next 3 days to get to the Monday, right?
Right.
That's the 5. And then she's got his 2.
Just again, so I'm clear. Exchanges are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if they don't have a weekend, right? So when it's...
Hang on. Let me think about that. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, except Fridays.
Right. Okay.
We're going to do that until we come back on October 30th. You're going to inform me about these First Amendment issues, which I think are very interesting. I need more knowledge.
Can we also have an order that the exchange be conducted by each party only in the lobby of a police station?
So Bree says yes.
So stipulated?
So there's no influencers there. The petitioner with 2K says no boyfriends.
No girlfriends.
Don't bicker, okay? So I'm not going to say anything about what can be done on social media between now and then because I've not been informed about the First Amendment issues. I would say to both of you that anything is fair game in terms of evidence. So think about what you do. Oh, wait a minute. We just lost somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huckleberry.
when did that happen? Wait, did she request to come back in? Oh, here it is. Here she is. I didn't even notice. I'm just reading away.
We're like, why is she not?
Sorry, my phone died and I.
She's
Put it back.
back.
No worries. Okay, that's okay, because we're in a minute here. We're going to take a break and kind of talk about all this stuff, but we'll just finish up this part till they break. Okay, let me see.
We're at
Okay, I'm gonna read that piece again really fast. Don't bicker, okay? So I'm not going to say anything about what can be done on social media between now and then. I've not been informed about the First Amendment issues. I would say to both of you that anything is fair game in terms of evidence. Think about that. So let me stop right there really fast. This is in September of 24, you guys. Bree knew then, right here, Bree was told at this time, anything and everything that happens on TikTok, on social media, is fair game and will be used in court. She knew all of that. So this nonsense of her being like, oh, I didn't know, I wasn't told, this is the auntie just talking chickadee like the dog. No, she knew, she was told at court. That's crazy, but she chose to continue on with what it was that she was doing.
That only applies to John.
Right.
Bree doesn't have rules. It's Bree.
Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so we'll go on to Ms. Budnick with the absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, hang on.
I apologize.
Can you guys tell me what page we're on? I'm sorry.
108.
Page 109.
Almost. I apologize. You're going to do your surgery now?
That's Bree. She says, now I can. You guys, that's the no surgery. Remember we were talking about that? Okay. That's Bree. She says, now I can.
How does that affect Friday? Do you...
I am lost. Hold on. I'm trying to find where we're at.
109,
Okay.
line 3.
I'll read this part for you. I need an earlier pickup, 7 a.m. And then John responds, I thought she agreed to 9 a.m. And then Bree responds, I'm making things work to the schedule, so please do the same. Please stop talking. I know. He's like, stop talking. Then this is the judge. This is a one time only.
Yeah.
This Friday.
One time only, this Friday, 7 a.m. replaces the 9 a.m. Otherwise, it's
Always at 9 a.m. in the Wilcox police station.
Can we just make an order across the board? Nobody drinks. Everybody stays sober around the baby.
No problem.
that was Bree. No consumption of alcohol, rugs, or any mind-altering materials
Perfect.
while they are doing the custodial time.
Thank you.
End of hearing. Thank you. That that portion is cleared. So let's talk about this for a lip. That I just looked up and all of a sudden Bree's on Huckleberry saying, I'm like, what is happening? First of all, so I have not heard or read all this, and I think that this is one of the reasons why I wanted to go over all of this stuff, is because we get to learn so much more. First of all, the fact that John never pressed charges against hacking into his accounts, allegedly taking the money, taking accounts, having other things shut down, taking his business accounts, mind-boggling to me.
I know. I didn't realize how much I didn't know about this. She's actually so much worse than I thought. She was so much more aware of all of this stuff than I was really even, because I didn't really start following until after this happened.
Yeah,
So
I think that's with a lot of people, which is again why I want to go over all of the court docs so everybody's up to date. And maybe a lot of people that are just so, supportive of Bree don't know all of this stuff. It's crazy to know that you were told very sternly your social media posts are absolutely going to affect my decision, and she continues to post. And again, I don't know why all of this stuff has not, like, again, she's so lucky. Most men would have charged her not only taking the 800, hacking into his account, taking the $800, but then taking down multiple of his accounts. How she
he's actually done so
that's
much to
crazy.
protect her reputation and to make sure that she stayed in his life,
Literally.
in the baby's life.
Yeah,
Didn't even blast
yeah.
it.
All of this is
There was mold on his baby's onesie.
Oh,
What?
that was horrible for me to read as mom and 2K. Like, I can't imagine being a grandma and
It's making my head itch. That drove me insane.
Yeah.
I cannot even believe if one of my grandbabies showed up with mold all over them.
I don't think any of my children ever wore, like, I had 3 kids. I had my first baby 3 days after my 17th birthday, and there was never mold on their clothes.
Yeah. Madison, it will be, but not for a while. Like, these take months to come up. They take a long time to transcribe. And the way we're reading them is literally right how it's written out. There's a lot of incomplete sentences and whatnot, so we're literally reading them right as they go on. So before we start the next session, does anyone need to take a quick
Yes.
break?
Yep.
Okay.
I could use a potty break real quick.
Okay, so why don't you guys go first, and then I'll keep talking, and then when you guys come back, then I'll take my bathroom break real fast, and then we'll continue. I'll answer some questions.
I'm gonna grab a snack.
Yep, grab a snack and come on back. Yeah, you guys, we're learning a lot of stuff. No, we're not just starting, Chrissy, but we're Chrissy, we're just getting ready to go into the October part. But this is some of the things that we've learned so far. Is that besides the stuff that we've seen right on TikTok, Bree was able to somehow hack into multiple, including 2K's business account. But she hacked into another one of his accounts and basically took ownership of it, put her picture up, and took the $800 that was in that account, closed down his business account, closed down an an IG account that had like 50,000 followers on it. He had to start all over. The baby was brought back to them one time, soaked in milk and then, like I said just a minute ago, both of them were told very specifically, and this is in September of 2024, they were told, I'm letting you know now, I do not know the First Amendment rules, but what I am telling you, moving forward, basically tread lightly on what you post. Whatever you post can and will be used against you in the court of law. So she knew that way back then. All these times when she's been, doing and saying all the stuff that she's been saying, she knew exactly what was going to happen, and for a fact that it was going to be able to be used against her. So, okay, I'm going to step down off of the bench for a minute. I'm going to go take my quick bathroom break because we still have, what the heck just happened?
Oh, good. Me and Molly are going to have a meeting.
We still have 122 pages.
Yeah, we still have like 120 pages or whatnot
Yeah, a
to
couple
go.
of them right now are like the exhibits and stuff too, though.
Yeah, those ones we'll skip through. So again, just when we start reading again, just make sure please keep tapping, doing the daily heart me's. If commenting is great, any of that stuff, it helps block and deteriorate people from commenting. Because I saw that Mr. Sandy Toes was in the chat earlier. So they're watching. They like to report. So just make sure that it's all good in the hood. I'll be right back.
Good. If I hope they are still here watching, because I want to educate Bree for a moment. I am a child who was kidnapped by napped as a kid, not only by one, but both of my parents. The second time that it happened to me, I was in the 5th grade, and it was by my mother. My mother and stepfather owned an over the road trucking company along with my stepfather's grandparents. And my stepmom just had 2 babies back to back, March and then April of the following year. And my full blooded brother, the only one that I do have, he was 4 years old. My stepmother was very overwhelmed. So my mother and stepfather were coming through town and agreed to pick up my youngest brother so that my mother could take care of him for a while and give my stepmother a break. Well, I went to visit because my father was the custodial parent, and we saw my mother on, like Easter, birthday, summer, or whatever. She would come in and we would go with her in the summer. And whenever I went up there to do that visit, I was supposed to go home that night, and I ended up in a truck and I disappeared for 5 weeks. I live in the state of Pennsylvania. Over the road truck drivers, I was in a lot of different places. Then when I was at my nanny's house, in the state of Massachusetts, the red and blues showed up and they put my mother in handcuffs and put my brother and I in the back seat of that cruiser, and away we went to the station, where we sat there with my mother in like a conference room. They ordered us pizza, and the next thing you know, here comes this very strange lady through the door, and my little brother is 3 years old at this point in time, and I'm 10 and a half, 11, and away we went with this lady. My brother and I got put in foster care when this happened to us, and we were there for days until my father and stepmother drove to the state of Massachusetts and had to go to court and prove that they were the custodial parents. And then we could go through the process through Massachusetts to be released back into my father's custody. And then when the trial came around, my mother was given a choice. You can either go to the clinker for having your kids take a nap for the last 5 weeks, or you can lose your parental rights. And my mother chose losing her parental rights. Then my stepmother adopted me and my brother about a year later. So, yes, it's a real thing. And what I would like to see is the judge teach her a lesson on all this because of her arrogance. Whenever she already had this temp DVRO, and at least give her something. I know that John would never want the parental rights gone because he wants his child's mother in his life. That's very important to him. So she should consider herself really lucky and give him a little bit, no, not even a little bit, a lot more respect than what she is. But unfortunately, if she's going to continue thinking that she is God's greatest gift that walks the face of the earth, bitch, I hope you get humbled.
Right.
I have a question, because my parents had a big custody. Do you actually remember, do you have personal memories of that?
Yes, I do.
Because me, I personally, I don't have any memories of it. So I don't actually know for myself. So I just wanted to know if you actually formed those memories.
I remember every single little thing. I remember what that foster home smelled like. There was like 18 kids in there, and it was awful.
My counselor we actually decided to not do the going so far back into healing my inner child, because it's like, well, my mom has passed away, so there's no one for me to actually get clarification on what the memories are. So we've just decided that would probably be too traumatic for me. So
I remember sitting on the stand. I remember what I said to my mother's attorney.
Hold on, Gina.
When he was grilling me on the stand, like, Bree, this isn't the road you want to go down. You don't want this life for your son, and you're the only one that has the power right now to change it. you need to really step it up and change your thought process.
Yeah, because
Or
either your child is going to be like me that has no memories of their childhood because of the trauma you're putting them through, or they're going to have these traumatic memories. So
Absolutely.
please think about what you're doing to your baby.
Hold on. I want to answer this question real fast. Deanna said, why do people care who shows up for who at court? It's so calming to have support than to not. Agreed 100%. I think, Deanna, the only part that people are concerned about, or I don't know where the comment came from or why the comment, or, what you've heard. I think the only thing that people that I've heard say, and I know I've said myself, is that about Santos. And the reason why, again, is mainly to protect Bree. It's only going to be a benefit for 2K to have Santos there. But the reason why I think Santos should not be in there is because Santos has proven himself so many times that he cannot control himself in his anger, and that's going to help 2K and really, really hurt Bree.
And also, I think who shows up, it shows the kind of support system that parent has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, let me see. Okay, are we ready to move on to the next one?
yeah. Are we picking up as we scroll down?
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah,
seeing
so
like the
go-
exhibits.
Page 2?
Yeah, just go to page. Oh, it goes back to page 1. I went all the way down. I skipped all the stuff, and we'll just start right where it picks up.
Page 2?
Um,
The
No,
one
that's
where-
page 1. Page 1.
It looked like a
So
2.
it's-
Sorry. I'm blind, just so y'all know. I'm blind.
Okay, so in case you guys just happen to come in, we're reading now the October 30th, 2024 DVRO hearing for Bree and 2K. One thing, too, I want to say. Yesterday we read the first part. I will post all of this. But we learned yesterday, and I did not know this, that in the state of California, if you have a DVRO, you cannot have residential or legal custody. So it makes a lot more sense to me now why she was so willing to drop this case, right? Obviously, there was enough evidence that if she got it, that was definitely going to affect her case.
That's
so
called Caden's Law. Here in the state of Pennsylvania, it's called Caden's Law.
So I am the judge. Perfectly Imperfect is 2K's attorney. Heather is Bree's attorney, and Huckleberry is all of the witnesses. And we are reading the transcript right as they come, okay? So this is from October 30th of 2024. Okay. This is Gacy versus Olson, 24 STP 011170. I'm going to start with appearances. That means case of the parties. I want you to state your names. I'll start with you, Mr. Gacy.
I'm here as 2K.
Okay. T. Budnick for the petitioner, 2K. He is present at council table.
You need to state your name too, because I'm going to have you sworn in a moment. John, that's you. 22.
Oh, I'm here as 2K. Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Sands.
Good afternoon. Thomas Sands on behalf of the respondent, Bree, who is present here at the council table.
Sorry, one last thing. I'm sure most of you guys were here, but we also leave out like first or like last names, any medical stuff, any stuff like that that's identifying information. Even though these other people will post all this information out, we are leaving that out. So that's why I just want to make sure we know.
And I'm just trying to use, if they have Bree uses her full name. So I'm trying to use that. John uses 2K, so that's what I'm trying to use.
Yep. Perfect. Love it. You guys are the best. Okay. Miss Olson, state your name, please.
Brianna Olson.
Can I have the two parties stand to face the judicial assistant to take the oath? No, I'm the clerk. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear solemnly swear the testimony you now give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. Yes.
You can be seated. First of all, Mr. Sands, I know you asked for a continuance.
It's moot at this point. Your Honor. So, well, the problem is Department 1 is continuously like not available, and I have a 3-week trial. So it's like a moving target at this point. It's not an issue now, but thank you for the court inquiring.
Because I felt I wanted to be understanding, but anyways, it's mute. We'll move forward. So we're here to resume testimony in the DVRO case. There are 3 folks in the audience. Delighted to have them, but not if they're witnesses.
They're not witnesses. And just to clarify, Your Honor, I believe we're here on the RO and my client's request for the minor child to move to Texas to live with him. They're both on calendar. So the way we've been approaching, my understanding of how we've been approaching the testimony is we've kind of been dealing with both issues at once for the sake of time, as both matters were set for the same day, unless you want me to offer twice.
Maybe, but my recollection was that we had both matters on, and I said we're going to restraining order first because that could determine the outcome potentially.
Understood. And then for my purposes, for finishing up my client's direct, do you want me then to limit my questioning just to the RO and then have him recalled when we deal with the custody issue?
Well, we do have 2 afternoons.
Correct. Today and tomorrow.
And I don't know what you all have in store in terms of remaining witnesses and whether it's realistic that we're going to be able to conclude both issues by the end of the day tomorrow. If we can, fine. But I don't know. What are your time estimates for the remainder of the restraining order?
So I would say I'm close to being done with my client's direct in the restraining order. And just to clarify, I think we submitted the declarations into evidence already. So I'm not reiterating what is already in the declarations. And the only other witness I have with respect to the RO, and again, perhaps the court can provide some clarity as to if we need her. My client's sister is in the hall. She could also testify to the frequency and content of the videos that were posted by Miss Bree, but I don't know if we've elaborated that point already or if Your Honor would like to hear from another witness on that issue.
Normally, it's kind of up to you to present your case. And it's true that the court can say, okay, it's cumulative. I don't need more. I'm not sure if I'm at that point yet. I need to get back into this and see where we were. Are you intending to call the respondent?
So I do have questions for the respondent, but I think, again, for the sake of time, if counsel wanted to call her and then I can expand my cross to potentially include direct questions, or I can call her first. How does Your Honor want to proceed?
Well, let's say this is just a restraining order proceeding, would you call her? Because I would like to get through that first.
Yeah, I do have questions for the respondent.
So you would call her?
I would call her, assuming her counsel is having her testify.
Yeah, because we're going to probably be moving for a directed verdict after he rests. But if court continues it, then yeah. Well, if I have to put our case in chief on, then I'll probably call my client.
Then when we get to it, is it just your client?
Just my client, Your Honor.
and you have to cross-examine 2K.
Well, I intend to on his case in chief. So
Yeah, okay. I don't want to. I'm just kind of struggling a little bit with how we accomplish both of these things because they're kind of different. They have a different focus, obviously. I think let's just go forward with the restraining order. I'm not going to be necessary. It's not going to be necessary to repeat what we did in the RO. But I think I want to confine the issues to the RO while we do that. And then whatever testimony and evidence was, I think it was supposed to be, I guess, adduced, as part of the restraining order hearing. I can have that in mind for the custody and visitation. I guess it's a move away request.
Okay, for the sake of time, would Your Honor allow me to call my client's sister, Miss Giese, just briefly? I need maybe 10 minutes with her to go over what she had seen and experienced as far as respondent's conduct and then resume with my client. That way we can.
Can do what?
Well, she's here. She's from out of state, so I just don't know if we don't finish my client today with direct and cross.
Is that a possibility?
I don't know. I don't know how many questions.
I'm going to object, Your Honor. It's cumulative. The mother testified to it. He's testified to it. I mean, what additional evidence?
I'm just asking about timing for the moment because you're almost done. You're telling me on the restraining order. And what's your projection for cross examination?
Probably 30 to 45 minutes, Your Honor.
So let's just go ahead.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Mr. 2K, could you please come back up here?
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. You are under oath. I know you've been through this process at least a little bit before, but I would just remind you that because we have a court reporter here in the courtroom, that we not step on each other's lines. You let me finish, I'll let you finish. Same rule with the lawyers. If there's an objection, just wait until there's a ruling on the objection because it's possible that that it will be sustained and you wouldn't answer. If you have any questions as we're going through this, like, I don't get what's going on, just feel free to ask and I could clarify it. Or if you don't understand the question, you could ask for it to be restated or clarified.
Yes, sir.
All right, Miss Budnick.
2K, can you tell the court from what period to what period were you in a relationship with the respondent, Bree?
I think it all started around Thanksgiving of 2022, and it lasted about 10 months.
And during that relationship, was Bree physically gay to you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did she do specifically?
Hit me, spit on me, pull my hair, spill her drinks on me.
And was the A that you endured by Bree limited to physical?
You guys, for the ABUSC word, we'll just say AB because that's one of those words they can get us for. So we'll just say AB. Okay, so
Perfect.
only limited to physical AB. Okay.
Financial AB.
And just to recap, what kind of financial AB did you suffer from by Bree?
We were both on live stream, and she hacked my backup account and sent herself $800 while we were both on live. So I didn't save my phone to do that. So I didn't have my phone to do that.
And has she hacked your phone or accounts on any other occasions?
Yeah, multiple times.
When is the most recent time that you believe she's hacked your phone or account?
I just took a screenshot of Find My iPhone. It was while I was actually here in Los Angeles. It was my iPhone 14. She hacked that. There was a location behind the Topol. That's where she stayed. And then she also hacked my YT. She made comments about she'd be surprised if my YT gets deleted tomorrow. Then it does. I haven't even got to release my hair care products yet because she told everyone it would be a shame if we reported my Shopify. So then I wouldn't get any sales on it. And then also my other IG, actually both IGs, I had to restart, and also my FB.
Has she done anything online to threaten you
Still?
at any point since the start of your relationship at Thanksgiving 2022?
Yeah, I mean, she threatens me all the time. Really, like, I don't know. She threatens me with a false police report. Then she said she was going to make. And so I ended up having to file a real police report on her because she threatened me with all of that. Because she's always harassing me, constantly.
When you say harassing, can you be specific on what she's doing that you find harassing?
Constantly spreading lies on the internet, spreading misinformation, hacking into my accounts, making remarks about my mom, my sisters, saying because my mom cried in court last time, she said she can't wait to make my mom cry again in court. After we already went through that, she was talking about court a lot, saying that the judge loves her all over social media, that they're best friends.
Has she ever? I think we got into that. What about insults? So, when you were here last, you testified about various insults that the respondent had directed at you. How frequently were those occurring?
I mean, in person or online? Because the day before court last time, she harassed me in my Airbnb, and the police had to be called on her.
Specifically with respect to her online verbal AB of you, how frequently had that been occurring prior to your last court date?
Every day.
Has it stopped since you were in court?
No, no.
Can you explain to the court how frequently she's continuing to verbally AB you on the internet?
Every day.
And when you say every day, what is she doing again since your last court date? What has she been doing to continue the verbal AB online?
Well, in ways, she's trying to be a super manipulative because she tries to get reposted on all the T pages.
Black's foundation as being super manipulative. He can testify to what he observed, but he's kind of using adjectives to describe her behavior.
I can do that.
Hang on. When you give testimony, you should say what you observed and don't attribute something in her mind. So if you think she's being manipulative, say, because I understand the following. I was told to do this, told to do that, but not characterize something like this is in her mind.
Yes, sir. She said she wouldn't let me see my son anymore because of the incident with her friend.
When you say the incident with her friend, are you referring to the incident where she socked it to her?
Yes, ma'am.
And she continues, just so we're clear, she continues to talk about you online on an almost everyday basis.
Yes, ma'am.
How does that make you feel?
Not good.
And when you say not good, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. It brings my confidence down as a man. It's just a lot of stuff. I don't know. She has this fan base that comes and attacks me, but it's not really working anymore because she's got caught in her lies.
So, do you think that
I'm going to object. Move to strike as non-responsive.
I will strike that. So you have to confine yourself to the question and not edit, basically.
editorialize?
Thank you. I would never say that. If your lawyer wants to ask you something further, she could clarify or certainly do that.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that if it were not for Breeze talking about you online, would her fan base, would you be being contacted by her fan base?
Objection calls for speculation as to why our fans calling or why fans are calling, if there's even a foundation of them contacting him.
Well, did we admit the declaration? Because it's all over the declarations.
The exhibits have not been admitted, Your Honor.
I thought we had gone through.
Hang on. I'll tell you what is true from this. So what I have, there was a stipulation to admit exhibits to the May 3rd declaration, which I assume Mr. 2K's declarations, exhibit 1, 2, 3, 8, and 14. I don't have a note that we admitted the declarations, but I'm open to that.
Of course. I mean, they're under penalty of perjury for both sides, Your Honor.
So we agree. The declarations may come into evidence if it's in connection with this DVRO.
Yes.
Okay. So I think what you're asking, whether he was contacted by a lot of people, is certainly covered in his declaration by Miss Budnick.
I guess just for clarity, 2K, do you recall attaching as an exhibit screenshots of phone calls that you had been receiving?
Yeah, she leaked my number 3 times.
And that exhibit,
I'm sorry. Would you say that again?
Yeah, she exposed my phone number to the internet 3 times.
and about how many phone calls did you receive from strangers after she leaked your number?
Hundreds.
And then there's a photo. It was admitted as Exhibit 1. That is a picture of your bruised lip. Do you recall that photo?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened with that.
We were inside of a friend's apartment in LA. The friend that she brought to court last time. We were inside her apartment and she asked me a question and she got an answer she didn't like. So she socked me.
Do you recall what the question was or what your answer was?
Are you going to F bitches when you go back home?
And then she socked it to you in the face after you answered that question?
Because I told her yes. A little too honest there, buddy.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Sorry. Some of these get me. Okay.
So there were 2 exhibits to your declaration where we talk about where you attach post by Bree where she calls you a deadbeat dad. Do you recall those? By the way, pause for 1 second. I wasn't laughing. Like, DV is never funny. It's just that I could see him saying it.
Yes, we were only laughing at the exchange, not the
At
circumstance.
his answer of, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to fuck bitches when I get home. That's what we were laughing at. It's like, imagine being in court and saying that to a judge. Like, like what? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And those are, did you receive any reaction from anyone on the internet after specifically the post calling you a deadbeat dad?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that reaction?
Text messages, content being made about me, other influencers commenting on her posts, saying that I'm a deadbeat.
And if you recall, there was an Exhibit 6 attached to your declaration where someone messaged you after and said you were a deadbeat POS, and it goes on. Do you recall that attached post?
There's like 1 million. There's like one of a million.
So this is just a sampling of what you received.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just going to object to anything that's said in this post or commenting about 2K is hearsay.
Well, I think the fact that people are out there, perhaps stimulated by the comments and that are commenting to him, I think it is. I don't really care what the truth of it is. If it's happening, so overruled.
And about how long after W was born did Bree make that post on TikTok calling you a deadbeat father?
I'm pretty sure it was the next day.
Just to be clear,
Oh, after he was born.
correct.
So we left that Sunday. I'm pretty sure we left that Sunday. Yeah. Or no, we left that Friday. It was a weekend or whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty confused on that. But whatever. I called you. I called you guys on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure she made that post that Monday and went live.
So within a week of W's birth,
For sure.
she was calling you a deadbeat dad.
For sure. For sure.
And just to be clear, were you present for W's birth?
I was present.
And were you contributing financially?
100%. I paid for everything.
And you also, if you recall, you attached as Exhibit 9 a post. Someone says, "You're such an idiot. It's so embarrassing. How do you want full custody of a kid?" Do you recall receiving that comment from someone?
One of a million. Yes, ma'am.
And that was in response. Did you receive that in response to anything that Bree posted on her account about you?
Repeat yourself?
Sorry, that was a convoluted question. This specific comment, when someone messaged you saying, "You're such an idiot, it's so embarrassing, how do you want full custody of a kid you claim wasn't yours," is that because Bree had posted something on her TikTok about your custodial goals?
Yes.
Do you recall what she did or what she shared with people or what she posted?
That I was a deadbeat dad. I don't pay for anything, and just stuff along those lines.
Did she post any? Do you recall if she posted any paperwork that was filed in your parent
Parentage.
parentage case?
My parentage case? Are you talking about a police report?
No, no. This proceeding, did she share any court documents on TikTok?
All the court documents ended up getting shared. Though, yes.
And then when you were getting comments saying people received, they wish nothing but the absolute worst for you, was that an isolated comment or one of many?
One of many.
All in all, if you had to put a number on it, about how many comments or messages from strangers did you receive in response to Bree's post about you on TikTok?
If I'm shooting low, over 100,000.
How frequently in time, like how close in time, were you receiving these posts? Was it multiple posts a day? Was it spaced out over?
It was every single day for multiple days, weeks, months. It was for about the first 2.5 months.
In the comments that you were receiving, were they just limited to comments on your social media, or were you receiving contact by your cell phone?
Both.
I have some transcripts that I would like to play, an audio of certain recordings, but I can ask respondent of those, and then I would be done with my direct of the petitioner.
And who is on that recordings?
They're statements by the respondent.
Okay, we'll do that later.
Yeah.
So you were done with your questioning?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sands.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, 2K. Is your social media profile, is it public or private?
It's public.
At any time, did you post your business information for your hair business online, like your business phone number or your business address?
My business phone number and my business address.
They were both posted online, correct?
My business phone number and my business address both was.
Is your business number different than your personal phone number?
Yes.
Have you ever posted anything on social media about this paternity case?
Yes.
About this paternity case.
About this paternity case?
Yes.
I probably responded to a few comments, but I never posted something directly about this case. Oh, wait, we're off. This is the answer. So question was yes, and then, okay.
You're on 27.
Okay. I would like to show a video to the petitioner.
I would object on the basis of
It's impeachment, Your Honor.
relevance.
Well, show it to Miss Budnick for starters. Audio recording playing.
He just said when he was responding to things.
Audio recording playing.
I would say this is improper impeachment purposes. This is him responding to a comment.
He's posting about this case, Your Honor, online. He's aggrieved about the same situation that the respondent is posting things, so it's relevant.
One at a time.
I don't think it has any relevance to the restraining order, and I think this was something that was set forth in our briefing. There's a difference between posting generally about a case or about their life with the child or about their own personal life. There's a difference between that and actively going online and disparaging someone, making threats to somebody, calling someone names, harassing their families. It's different.
If I may, Your Honor, the posts say TK talk about court with Bruce.
But that wasn't posted by my client.
Hold on. You shouldn't interrupt one another because I do want to hear what he has to say. And when he's done, if you wouldn't just interrupt him mid-sentence, then I'll ask him to reserve the same respect to what you're saying. So, what did you want to say?
Your Honor, the point is 2K's online commenting about this paternity case, about this court case, and he just told me he doesn't post or talk about it at all online at all. So my position is, Your Honor, he's putting himself out there as well as the respondent about this case. about the restraining order, about the paternity case. And so what he's complaining or aggrieving of the respondent doing, he's basically putting himself out there in the social media light as well. And this video shows exactly that.
What I think he said, correct me if you think I'm wrong, was that he hadn't posted except that he responded to some comments that people had made. So what he was doing was, I guess, responding to some people. And I get the impression it wasn't limited. So is that different from that description?
I think so, Your Honor. It's basically him on social media basically posting about this court case.
So I think what would help clarify two things. The video that was shown has text overlaid on the video, which is what counsel had referenced about the text saying 2K talks about court with Bree. That was something that somebody on the internet pulled a video that my client posted and added text to it. So that wasn't something that my client added. I think your client can explain that's how TikTok works.
Sure.
We're all unfamiliar.
Now this is Bree.
Huh.
Bree. I'll say it. So this is Bree. It's a video of him talking about court and me, correct?
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't know.
That's okay. And then now I'm the judge. Ma'am, it is not your time. Can you just play it? And we won't have to worry about the text.
Sure. And the other thing to clarify, well, let me finish. The other thing to clarify is, so my client had just testified. He doesn't post anything except for when he's responding to comments. So the way that the TikTok video works, from my understanding, is that there is a feature on TikTok where you can be live, which means I just put a camera in front of me and I just start talking and people can comment in real time. And so and the comments are shown. They're visible while the video is being broadcast. So the people that are watching your live recording can comment, and then the person who is making the live recording can respond to people's comments. And so the live may start out with me talking about what I ate for breakfast, and then somebody comments and asks, how did court go? And then I respond to that comment. So I think that's important for clarity. And I think there are other videos that we're going to show through this process that have the same structure. So they are technically responding to comments. It's just in a format that is foreign to me and probably the court and to counsel because we're not on it.
I won't take that personally. Well, here's the thing. There's probably a line where something like a pure response, as opposed to using a response to then start getting on a soapbox and talking. I don't know without hearing this which category it's in. If you're only showing it or playing it to impeach what he said about not posting, just responding, then that's your purpose for this?
Well, it's just generally, Your Honor, that he basically putting himself out there on social media. This is a video of him putting himself out there, and he's the one making these comments. Whether someone reposts them or not, this is the original content. So I'm utilizing it basically to show that he himself, whether someone reposts it or he generates it, he has put himself online about this court case, posting and making comments, whether it's on his or it's reposted of him in this case in court. That's my intent.
I'll let you do it.
Thank you. Can I approach then?
Do you need to? Is it just the sound, or, I mean, I'm not going to be seeing it if you're not showing it on a phone.
I can show it to everyone, Your Honor. I could put it on my computer. I could give it to the court.
If you want the trier of fact to see it,
Yeah, I'll probably show it to him and ask him to look at it.
The benefit, I think, to watching it, and I don't know if you could stipulate to the fact and the court, if you read very quickly, you could read the comments so you could see what is being responded to and what isn't being responded to. But you have to read at light speed because they flash and then they go away. It's very, like, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to it.
I'm focused on what Mr. 2K is saying in the video, Your Honor.
And on that basis, I mean, if it's a question of playing the recording to show something, I would ask, what is the point of the video then if it's not for impeachment? My client's issue isn't posting about life. It's verbal AB.
I think what he is saying is that Mr. 2K said, I don't post online. I just respond to the occasional comment. So, if there's some extended conversation here, then that probably would go beyond what I would think of as just responding to a comment.
That's where, again, I think Your Honor should see the video because there's hundreds of comments coming in as he's live. It's like a constant stream of comments that you're responding to, so the whole live is responding to comments.
And my purpose, Your Honor, is that himself has posted something online, whether he originated it or it got reposted, he generated the content.
So, are you just offering it to show me that he in fact did comment online, or is the content of it important?
The content is important because he's commenting about this case. He's commenting about the respondent. That's the same issue that he put before this court that he's explaining of.
I don't know that that's the grounds for. This may be neither here nor there, and we can move on, but I don't know that that's even the basis for. This is my client's RO request. He's the one complaining of the conduct. If he's reacting because your client started a dynamic of posting online and he's responding to it, we're sort of in this.
In this context, to show that there's been DV, including disturbing the mental and emotional calm of the person seeking the RO, I can see that it might be relevant that that person, if it's true, I'm not saying it is, if it's true that this person who was claiming to have his mental and emotional calm destroyed was doing the same thing on the other side, but I think that it could be germane.
That's what we're advancing, Your Honor. That is correct.
And that's fine. You'll see when we play the other videos, it's not the same.
Well, let's start with this.
May I approach?
Yes, I take it you've seen this.
I've watched part of this. I've watched part of this. Let me just.
How long is it?
It's like 52 seconds, Your Honor.
Video playing for counsel at the court and the court.
Mr. 2K, do you recall when or about you made these statements on the internet?
Can someone tell me what page and line? I lost it again.
142, page 142, line 4. Thank you guys so much for keeping up in the comments and letting everybody know who we are. You guys are amazing. Love you guys. And thank you for all the heartbeats. You guys have 317. Okay, got it, love?
No, I'm getting there. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. No worries.
All right, 142, line what?
Line 4.
I think it was right after court that night.
So that would have been in September of 2024?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to trick you. We were here around September 17th.
Yes, sir.
So this video would have been either the day of court or the day after, possibly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. With respect to the comments that you make in there, do you disagree with anything you said in there? Where you were just simply talking, responding to fans, everything you said in there, those were your words?
Hold on. It's kind of multiple questions.
Let me withdraw it. So the statements made in the video, those were all your comments. You were making those statements.
Well, I'm responding to comments.
And in response to those comments, you were discussing your court case with Miss Olson, correct?
Well, I would object. I think it's a very loose description of discussing your court case. He was discussing his outfit and the date. It wasn't like the details.
Right. Well, it is what it is, so you don't really need to object.
Understood.
Okay, go ahead.
Reporter, read back my last question. And then
I'll be the reporter. And in response to those comments, you were discussing your court case with Miss Olson, correct?
So, outside of me telling them what my outfit was, the only thing I discussed was saying, how do you guys know it got moved up? Because she discussed the details of court, that it got moved up. And I told them, consider your source. I'm not talking about it.
And going back to an incident that you referenced in March of 2023, you contend there was an altercation with Miss Olson, correct?
March 2023?
If you could refer me to, was that in the declaration or something?
Well, it is your testimony. So, Mr. 2K, you had stated that Miss Olson had asked you a question if you're going to F bitches, and you responded.
That was not 2023.
What year was that then?
2022.
So, almost 2 years ago?
Yes, sir.
And is this the incident in which you filed the police report?
Did I file a police report on the AB?
Yes.
Not the physical AB at that moment, no.
And was there ever an instance which you physically AB Miss Olson or physically A her?
No.
Your Honor, I would like to show the petitioner a few.
I would like to object. These photos have not been authenticated, so I would ask that we wait to introduce them during his client's testimony.
I could wait until then, Your Honor. I'm just asking if he recalls how the bruises occurred on Bree. If he doesn't recall, then I could just lay a foundation with her. But at least,
And I would assume facts, not in evidence, assume there were bruises.
So I wouldn't have, I mean, you have a picture and he recognizes her in that. Is it a picture of her
yes.
and she's injured in some way?
I think that's what these photos reflect, Your Honor. Yes.
I think it's okay to show him the picture. I won't necessarily admit it into evidence until.
I'm not seeking to at this point, Your Honor. So,
All right, proceed.
may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Can I just.
Make sure you show her everything first.
I think these are duplicates, right?
You should be marking these so we have a record of what.
They're in the reply, Your Honor. But I could point to the court where they're filed. Give me 1 second.
Are they in evidence? Because
I haven't moved them into evidence yet.
I would like you to note on these. We're not going to have a clear record unless we track and literally write on the exhibits what the exhibit number is, because
So, what we can do in the reply to the restraining order is Exhibit A, and they're all the same photos. There would be any Exhibit A1, A2, A3, and A4.
so when you say in the reply, you have to say in the reply declaration of Miss Olson on such and such date. Is it Mrs. Olson?
Miss Olson.
I was just repeating what you said, which is.
And I think just for clarity, it's a responsive declaration and not a reply.
But I'm asking you to be precise in this. Because if we're just throwing around words like it's a response or reply without a date,
I can do that, Your Honor.
so I'm asking you to do that then.
In Bree response to her request for DV, July 18th, 2024, Exhibit A, documents 1 through 5.
So hang on. I'm now looking for it.
This one wasn't in mine.
So you said July 18th?
July 18th, Your Honor. Yes.
I don't have any filings on July 18th.
And I just. Sorry to keep interrupting. I didn't get it in either. I received it at the last hearing, September 17th.
The day of the cyber attack, Your Honor, we had filed it and it got lost. And it got filed some crazy later date. That's when it was filed and served, July 18th.
So this is. I'm looking at a 23-page response to the request for the DVRO. It's dated September 16, 2024, and it is, in part, a declaration from Miss Olson. It's in the court file. There's an Exhibit A that has multiple pictures of her that look, some of which you handed up to me, and others are no part of it. So what do you want? So you want to look at?
I wanted him to review the pictures, Your Honor, if he recalls when these incidents occurred.
Again, that's assuming facts, not in evidence. I think we just talked about how this would be handled.
Yeah, because these pictures you gave me are not the same ones that are part of this exhibit. So
I'll show the reply. Then, Your Honor, that would be simpler.
why don't you do that? I want to make sure that our record is clear. So if I'm slowing you down as part of that process, it's actually in everybody's best interest, in my opinion.
I'll hand him the reply declaration, Your Honor.
Yes, I have the court filings that I could look at. So that's what I'm doing, scrolling through it. I'm not watching the pregame or anything like that.
Miss Olson contends there was an incident that happened between you and her where she was physically AV by you, and she attached those photographs of AB as Exhibit A to Kate.
You want me to look at it too?
Please.
I would object. Vague and ambiguous as to time. Are these all photos?
He's going to.
Let me ask my question.
Oh, sorry, the reporter. Mr. Sands, please stop interrupting. Now I'm the judge again. The wisdom of the court reporter needs to be expected because we can't do this. So what I'm saying is that we could look at the exhibits. He could ask questions about them. If at the end of the day it doesn't link up in terms of time or anything like that, if you think it should be stricken, you could strike it on the basis they were not authenticated.
Understood.
So let's proceed.
I'm just asking at this point, Your Honor, if I need to lay a foundation, I can. If we keep getting objection after objection, I can't get no questions out.
Just relax. Just go ahead and ask your next question.
2K, did you take a look at Exhibit A in Miss Olson's reply?
Is this her reply?
Yes. Do you recall a time in 2023 in which you and Miss Olson were in an altercation where she ended up being bruised on her face?
No.
How about in year 2024?
No.
As you sit there and look at those photographs that I presented, you have no idea how those bruises or injuries occurred to Miss Olson.
Occurred to her?
Yes.
No.
May we get the reply back, Your Honor?
Sure.
And then, Mr. 2K, how many social media platforms are you on? Are you on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? Is that correct?
Not really on FB anymore. I didn't feel like rebuilding it after she took it down.
Move to strike, Your Honor, after she took it down. It's non-responsive.
Overruled.
And so, do you know how many current followers you have on TikTok?
TikTok, I have 1.4.
How about IG?
When she deleted it, only 50.
50 total?
Oh, sorry. 50K. 1.4 million on TikTok. 50K on my old Instagram. And on this current one, 400K.
You currently have 400,000 followers on your IG.
Yes, sir. 405K.
And I think I asked your mother this question. Have you sought any kind of therapy or counseling as a result of your interactions with Miss Olson?
After we broke up, and she also convinced me to go a little bit during our relationship, but
Miss Olson did?
yes.
Did you guys attend couples counseling or anything like that?
No, she told me I needed to go to counseling.
And at the last court hearing, you had testified about an event that happened in Florida where I think you and Miss Olson had seen each other at a club or something like that.
Repeat yourself?
You had seen each other at a club in Florida?
Yes. I believe she was 5 months pregnant, and I flew out to a club I was at.
And did you and Miss Olson have any sort of interaction or speak to each other at that event?
No. When I saw her, I left because I knew she was there to cause problems.
In your request for a restraining order, and I'll just show you from there. So what is your understanding of the date? this incident occurred in 2022 or 2023?
That was 2022 when she socked me.
Hang on. You need to be much clearer about what you're showing.
Apologize. So, in your request for a DV restraining order, did May 2nd, 2024, in Exhibit 1 of that request, there's a photograph of you, and let the record reflect I'm showing Mr. 2K the photo. So, in this photograph, Mr. 2K, it is your recollection that this incident occurred in 2022.
Yeah, it could have been early 2023. I'm sorry.
Okay, and then so Miss Olson had an inquiry with you if you were going to F other, and your reply was yes.
Yes.
Did you consider your reply of yes to her to be antagonistic or offensive to her in any way?
No.
So at the time you made this comment, you and Miss Olson, were you and Miss Olson still in a relationship?
Yes.
So while you're in a relationship with Miss Olson and she asks if you're going to have intercourse with other woman, and you respond yes, you don't find that to be offensive.
Well, if we're in a relationship, I thought she was joking, so I joked back.
And did you interpret Miss Olson to have taken your comment as a joke at the time?
No, because she socked me.
And with respect to your social media following, is it your understanding, Mr. 2K, that you have to post content to generate income?
There's other ways you can make income without actually posting a literal TikTok.
But for you specifically, do you post to generate income?
That's one of the ways. The other way is live stream.
And you also live stream, correct?
Yeah, for a living to support my son.
And it's your understanding that Miss Olson also does this, correct?
She does not live stream and gets paid for it.
But does she post and get paid, if you know?
I have no idea.
But as you sit here today, you would agree with me that you post and do live streams to generate income to support your son.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you been doing this? Since 2022? When did you start?
Whenever I started live streaming whenever I had to come to California to fight for my son because I wasn't able to cut hair back home anymore. And I also wasn't able to sell hair care products with the threat of her telling everybody to report my Shopify. So I had been posting content for a while. And I've been live streaming full time since I've been in California.
With respect to the content that you post, what is it related to your son? Is it related to Miss Olson? What is it generally related to?
Barber friendly, family content, and now it's dad content.
When you say dad content, does that involve your son?
Of course.
Are there ever any times where you reference or you make reference to your son's mother on any of the social media websites?
Whenever I have to respond to a comment.
So when you say respond to the comments, people, do they go on your social media website or your social media platform and they make comments to you about your minor child?
About my minor child or about his mother?
And then in response to those comments, you then make a statement or you make a comment on those platforms, correct? You reply to the comments basically?
The comments I reply to are coming from her posts.
But they're being posted on your page, correct?
They're coming from the page that she's posting on, and I'm live streaming for a living, so I have to try to control my chat so I could afford everything for my son.
Have you ever made any sort of complaints or grievances with Instagram about Miss Olson's comments?
Say that again?
Sure. Have you made any sort of complaints or any complaints to the Instagram platform about Miss Olson's comments?
Are you asking me, have I complained about her stuff? She says.
Yes, for example,
100%.
has Instagram taken any action on Miss Olson?
She goes on IG. I don't.
How about for TikTok? Have you made any complaints about Miss Olson's comments to TikTok?
Yes, and I keep it to only TikTok because that's where she's already posted everything on.
And is it your understanding that TikTok is taking any action against Miss Olson?
TikTok has taken action against Miss Olson? What do you mean?
Have they shut her account down? Have they silenced her? Have they limited her content?
She got permanently banned on her main account for talking about me so much. And she has 3 or 4 other accounts that she's been permanently banned on for speaking about me anymore.
So, as you sit here today, do you understand whether or not Miss Olson has a TikTok account? Does she have any TikTok accounts at this time?
Yes, sir.
And with respect to the social media, are you personally viewing Miss Olson's stories? Are you personally observing her when she goes live or posts about you?
No, I have her blocked on everything.
So any sort of interaction you have with Miss Olson has to come through third parties. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you have so you're not directly seeing or observing Miss Olson on any social media.
When you say directly, are you talking about her Wild Child Brie account?
Well, my question is, are you going on to Miss Olson's social media platforms and viewing or observing what she has posted, what she's posting or stating?
No.
Mr. 2K, do you know the difference between an opinion and a fact?
Yes.
For example,
I would if you have a clarifying example. I think
just object. It's okay. I haven't even asked the question yet.
What are you what are your objection to? What he just asked or what you think he's going to ask?
Well, I object. The question is vague and ambiguous as to what the. Everybody could have a difference of opinion as what the difference is between an opinion and a fact. I think it would be helpful to know his version of that difference.
Overruled.
Understood.
So, for example, Miss Olson may have an opinion about you as a parent. Is that fair to say?
Sorry, restart?
The question is, Miss Olson may have an opinion of you as a parent. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion about her as a parent?
I don't think much of it.
When you say you don't think much of it, does that mean you don't have an opinion?
I just choose to keep it to myself.
But you have an opinion, you just choose not to verbalize it.
I do my best.
And so, for example, a fact would be that you and Miss Olson are the parents of the minor child W. Is that correct?
Yes.
And with respect to the phone calls you received, were you able to identify the source or any of the people that were calling you?
Why they were calling me or who was calling me?
Who was calling you? That is my first question.
It was over thousands, so no, random numbers.
Did you block any of those numbers?
Hundreds of them.
And did you answer any of those phone calls?
Yes.
And when you answered those phone calls, do you recall specifically like who the person was that you were speaking with?
Either one of her supporters or my supporters.
When you say her supporters or your supporters, how did you make that determination?
Basically, if they supported me or supported her.
During these conversations with these phone calls that you answered, what was the conversation like? Would you talk to them and say, hey, how are you? Friends with Bree? Are you friends with me? How would you make that determination?
So somebody that is a supporter of mine, even though I don't support their actions, but somebody who goes to say that they like me on social media and doesn't like her, they would call me and say, your crazy ass baby mama just leaked your phone number all over the internet. I hope you win in court. I hope you get your son back.
So you were getting multiple phone calls. Some of them were positive, some of them were negative.
I would think that they were all negative because I felt like I was being harassed, regardless of the comments.
And at any time during this period, did Miss Olson herself call you and make harassing comments to you?
You're saying this time period. I would say that she was harassing me, telling me she's going to file a police report on me with lies. That is harassment.
But it's your understanding she never actually filed a police report. Is that correct?
No, she told me she did.
Do you recall specifically what incident or what time frame she would have made a police report against you?
Around the time that she stalked up her friend, Lena, and said that I made that happen when she invited Lena over.
Would that have been around October of 2023, if you recall?
No, this just happened.
So there was just an incident that recently occurred within the last month.
Yeah.
And it's your understanding that Miss Olson threatened you recently to file a police report against you?
Yes, exactly.
Do you recall if Miss Olson ever filed a police report against you in October of 2023?
Maybe, but when I went up there, they said they can't find the police report because they didn't get her name. They could only find my name.
And so do you have any understanding of what Miss Olson may have filed the police report against you about in October 2023?
If we're talking about the right thing,
Well, I'm asking you, was there any sort of event or incident that happened in October of 2023 that you would associate with a potential police report?
I'm trying to think. I mean, no, I can't think of anything.
Was there ever a time in October of 2023 that you went down to the police station yourself?
Could have been. Exactly a year ago. You're asking me for specific dates if you could. Nope, I can't. I'm not refraining the time.
Were you or Miss Olson arrested in October of 2023?
No,
Was there ever a period within your relationship with Miss Olson where either you or her were arrested by the police?
no.
And Mr. 2K, do you believe someone on social media should be able to express their opinion about their parental relationship?
Honestly, there's ways to go about it. But honestly, the way that this is going, no, because I think it harms the child.
But you understand the child is how old now, Mr. 2K?
My son understands everything.
How old is he?
He's 6 months now.
Is he verbal?
He said Dad the other day.
Are you aware of any instances where you personally observed Miss Olson and the minor child while she's posting on social media?
I would object. Vague and ambiguous as to personally observe. Do you mean watching, like she was present in the room, or
Yeah. Were you physically present at any time between 2023 and October of 2024, which you personally observed in the same room Miss Olson with the minor child posting on social media?
No, the last time I saw her was. Do you want me to stop? I could stop.
Move to strike after no.
Yes, sir. No.
Has there ever been any times between 2023 and 2024 where you yourself posted you and your minor child on social media?
Say that again? You said up to this point?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been posting my son.
So it's fair to say then, Mr. 2K, you post you and your son on social media.
In a positive light.
Your Honor, I would just like to ask for a yes or no answer. Move to strike in a positive light.
Sorry, I'm just passionate.
I will allow that to stand, but try to just answer the question directly
Yes, sir. I'm just passionate.
and limit yourself
Yes, sir.
and save your passion.
Yes, sir.
This
Their
is
banter is cute.
funny. Sorry.
So when you post you and your son online, is it fair to say you could expect people to make comments or respond to those posts?
Yes.
Other than what you contend is associated with Miss Olson, has there ever been a negative comment posted by anybody with respect to you posting you and your son on social media?
What was that first part you stated about her?
Other than in response to something that Miss Olson has posted, have you ever received a negative comment associated to you and your son on social media?
No.
Have you had an opportunity to observe how people comment on Miss Olson's social media platform with respect to her relationship with you?
No, because that tells you I don't look at her platform.
Mr. Giese, I'm going to turn you now to a reply declaration that you generated on September 10th of 2024.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a copy for him to show, or do you want me to?
If you have an extra one.
I don't.
I don't have any bad notes on here, so I can share this with him.
I don't think I have notes on mine either, but if you want to just walk up with yours, it's probably easier.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Where are you directing us?
So, for Mr. 2K, I'm going to direct you to your reply declaration, which is dated September 10th, 2024, and specifically in there, Exhibit 5.
What was your question?
There's no question. Your Honor, can I just look at it real quick?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Mr. Sands.
I'm going to look at it real quick. So, Mr. 2K, do you recall, is Miss Olson the one that generated that post?
It's up on her live stream. You can't differ it because it's just the screen recording from her live. You could have screen recorded this. Oh no, it says right here, right her. Yes, a third party did this post.
So, if you turn to the next page after the actual post in the comment section, which would be Exhibit 51 of the September 10th, 2024 reply declaration.
Right,
Can you look at those comments?
right.
How are those? How would you describe those comments against Miss Olson there?
Doesn't look too positive.
So you'd agree those negative comments against Miss Olson, correct?
Well, yeah.
No further questions on that issue, Your Honor. Mr. 2K, do you consider social media to be a form of reality?
Well, I'm going to ask you to explain that one.
Sure. I mean, we have us here in the courtroom right here. This is what you consider real life. And so I guess that's a philosophical question.
Why don't you reframe your question?
So what I'm trying to understand is, do you consider social media to be a form of reality where the things that are said on there and the things that are done are actually true?
True and reality, I'm getting confused.
I guess I'm not seeing the distinction.
I am too. In fact, I'll tell you what. Why don't we I don't want to stress you out.
I'm not stressed.
I'm talking about your request for a break. So let's take a 15-minute break now. We'll come back at 3:10, and maybe you could come up with a different way to post your question.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when they take a quick break. So I don't know if, I'm sure you guys are doing very good about answering the questions, but if any questions come up, if the mods want to put them in, like when we do this, we'll have to find a way so we can kind of go over them. I don't think a whole lot has happened. Yeah, Kim said it very well. What a shit
Exactly, Camp.
show. Literally, what a shit show.
What is she? Yeah.
And also, 2K's responses. I mean, this is why your lawyers tell you to stay professional. He is not. You don't ask the lawyers to repeat themselves the way
Yeah,
that he should be. He could definitely be answering these questions a lot better.
exactly. I'm going to mute really fast because I just have to text my daughter really fast. I'm going to mute really fast, and then you guys keep talking. I'll be right back.
Mr. Sands is you can tell is an arrogant, you know what?
He's a pompous ass.
Oh, at 2K, and the judge is just going back and forth with their sass.
They could be besties.
Yeah, but that's Bree's bestie.
Yeah, I can see why.
I am not looking at 183. I've already heard some of the things that I'm going to have to say. Okay, I've already heard some clips.
Yeah, I can tell you why they picked each other for sure because they probably had a lot to discuss.
Is there anybody else in the chat that has these that would want to come up and take over? It's like 1 a.m. here, and I was at the water park all day. My
No,
eyes
you're
are
okay.
super blurry.
You're good. I know. He is a jerk. And I'm probably not doing him any justice either.
Do you guys want to do the same that we did and finish up tomorrow? Because it is very late. It's 10 o'clock my time.
We can.
So,
I'm good.
It's after 1 p.m.
I would be available tomorrow night also.
I can't do. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Just my eyes are so blurry.
No.
I don't have a life in
Yeah.
anyway.
So no, I think it's good. So no, I don't know if I can do the same time tomorrow because it's my son's birthday. So maybe in the afternoon. What I'll do is I'll send a message to you three and let's figure out a time that works for all of us. Because we only have about 80 pages left. Only.
Okay, that means we went through a lot today, though. Like 100.
I think we can get through it in. I know. I think we can get through it in like an hour and a
just
half.
have Breeze
And then we will have time
testimony left.
Listen.
Yeah.
It looks like everybody in the chat's liking it. So, I mean, they're enjoying that.
And this will also give me some time to start cutting it up and start posting it. You guys, we would love to keep going, but remember, we have people on panel that are on the East Coast, so it's 1 a.m.
And then also, if you're able to post some of the older ones, some of you guys can catch up.
Right.
Yeah.
So I will. So that's what we'll do. Is we'll just we'll come back on tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll be able to finish up the whole thing.
And guys, like if you're looking for the documents, they are the whole document is 232 pages.
Yeah.
This is a long reading that we're doing.
Yeah. The one from yesterday just finished downloading. So I'll upload that one to YT tonight. So you guys will have yesterday's tonight. I'll start downloading this one and hopefully get that up by tonight or tomorrow, before we go live tomorrow. And then I'll message you three and find out what time works out best. And then we'll go live tomorrow to finish it up.
Yep.
Just imagine how long it's going to take us after these next few days when those ones come out.
Yeah, it's going to be long. But I tell you,
I think we're getting over the curve too. Like we all just kind of like decided to do this last minute. So I think we're all catching the hang of it.
I really think that this is probably going to be a little longer because I think Mr. Sands was, just by reading what he's saying, I think he was trying to get 2K to come out of character.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was definitely trying to poke at him.
So there was a lot of repetitive over and over and over, but that's what he was doing.
And a lot of changing his words and asking the same question 2, 3, 4 times.
And I also want to thank you three. Perfect. She's the principal, and Huckleberry and Heather. I want to thank you guys so much because this would have been so boring and monotonous if I was just reading all of these parts. It's been a lot of
it's
fun.
confusing when one person is reading all of them.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun just kind of doing the role play and all of us hanging out.
And then
so,
also, like, with the next time too, like, I can get more of the pictures. Like today, I was just like, I'm just gonna do Bree and 2K, like pictures of them.
Yes, it's perfect. It is perfect. And I'm glad that everyone in chat has liked it as well. So, okay.
I was trying to find a picture of a Timu lawyer to put up here for Mr. Sands.
Oh, I'm sure you can find one. I need a gavel.
If you go to that podcast, there's pictures of her on there.
Well, you know which one I could use is the one on Emmanuel, the one that's representing Emmanuel Haro's dad.
Oh yeah, I have that guy. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Or
I'm actually, you guys, I am going to stay on for a few more minutes, though, once everyone drops. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes. I'll ask some of you guys' questions, and we will do an update on the Emmanuel Haro, so you don't have to leave yet. I'm not going anywhere. Hold on just real fast.
all right, I'm gonna drop out, guys. So
all right, thank you so much. Love you, girl.
Love
Get
you.
some rest, and we'll meet up.
tomorrow.
Hold on a second.
Okay, I don't know how to drop still.
Oh, here. I got it. Wait, who is that? Oh, Huckleberry? Or Heather?
Yeah.
Huckleberry?
Oh,
Okay. Hold on. There you go, love. And then did you want to drop down too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I don't know how.
I got you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let me send hold on. Sorry guys. Got to send a message. Okay. You guys, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm so appreciative and thankful to Perfect, Heather, and Huckleberry for coming up and hanging out and doing this part. We're getting the hang of it. I will get them posted because they're longer videos. It takes a long time to download, but I will get them up, and so I want to do that. Now, in regards to Emmanuel Haro, next court hearing is on Monday. So they have court Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So next week, we're going to be doing a lot of this as well. There's going to be a lot of court docs. But real quick before I have to go get the grandbaby. In regards to Emmanuel Haro, he is the 7-month-old baby that, oh, really, Carrie? Listen, it happens, you know. I don't have a whole lot of rules over here. Besides, this is a safe space for everybody and be respectful. If you can't be respectful, then you gotta go. Did I miss all the good stuff though? Man, dang it. Really, the chat. See, that makes me feel bad for you guys, for my mods that are in here though. Here, we're having a good old time and just reading the, you know, trying to make it as interesting as possible, not just having just me read all of the stuff, because that can get boring and confusing and monotone. And then you have all these crazies coming in. Block them and we'll just move along. But really fast, so I do want to say, both Emmanuel's parents have been arrested, and she says, "Are you kidding me? I love that is supervisor stuff, favorite thing." Anyways, they have both been arrested and they have been charged with murder. Now, my understanding, at least from what I've seen, this could have changed because, again, like I said, I've been with my grandkids all day. I don't know that they have, in fact, found his body, but they have both been arrested. They are incarcerated, and they are both charged with murder. So, what we know now is he's obviously, you know, no longer with us. And we've said that from the beginning. When she used his name in past tense, or not his name, but when he used, you know, was making statements in past tense on the first day, we all pretty much knew then that he was no longer with us. And it's absolutely heart-wrenching. Not yet. They're digging up the yard. Yeah, and I also heard they're looking at the barn. Something about the barn in the back that's like a makeshift shed is what I heard that his sister stays in. But also, how crazy that the house across the street just randomly burned down. I'm sure it has nothing to do with it, but I still think that's absolutely crazy. And then tomorrow, no, probably Sunday, I will go more into the Sunny and QT stuff because that story is just getting wild and crazy as well. It's crazy. They're paying, hold on, what term is. Thank you, Beth. Close attention to the fridge in the barn. Yeah. And also, look at this. Almost 200,000 likes, you guys. Thank you so much for all of the gifts, the taps, the comments. There is legitimately absolutely no better community than the Sock Gang. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love you guys so much. You guys are absolutely the best. I will likely at some point tomorrow, oh, hold on. Is 2Ks hearing over. Oh, so the first one, let me do a recap for anybody that wasn't here in the beginning. So today's court date, and today's court hearing was for a permanent DVRO, domestic violence restraining order, and that was continued until Monday. Okay, so that's a pretty good thing. That means that there's enough evidence that the judge needs to look into it more, right? If there was enough evidence, they'd be able to make a decision. And yesterday, when we were reading this order from September, we found out, well, at least I found out because I did not know this, if there is a DVRO, the parent that has the DVRO against them cannot have physical or legal custody. So it will remain with just visitation. So I found that very interesting. And again, which is why we're really reading through this to see, give us an idea of what we're looking for moving forward. I think it's a very, I think it's a good thing. I know, I love the Sock Gang family. You guys are the best. That it's moving forward. So now, again, I'm going to stand on it, and I may be wrong. I don't think it's going to be a permanent DVRO. I really don't. But I do think that he'll get one probably for a couple of years. They say a lot on why she agreed to the 75-25. She had no fight. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. So, I don't know. Love you exactly. Oh, there's the best. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. What was that question? So today isn't custody, just, yeah, today was supposed to be just the DVRO. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the custody trial. Yeah, she's been very silent as from what I heard. What was Mr. Sandy Toes talking about? Why was he over here? I'm still dumbfounded by the outfit. I can't get over that. How did she go from wanting to wear Chanel shoes and $70 tights and a short thing to coming in a sweatsuit and a tennis shoes? He sent you roses. Oh, Sandy. You're the best. You know, he does like us older women, I'm just saying. He was gifting the hell out of us. I gotta love it. Listen, maybe he was in here because he wanted to know what the real deal was. Maybe he really wants to know what was happening, you know, in the past. Who knows? We have no idea. Oh, there isn't any update. The only update is that it was continued. I will never wear white again. I cannot read your comments or nothing. She must have been asleep and rolled out of bed. Literally disrespectful to the court, guys. Yeah, I just can't believe it. So, all right. So I am going to, maybe we shouldn't have blocked. Oh. Right? He'll never be on my panel for sure because I can't respect somebody who has a stolen valor. But if he's not being respectful, or if he's not being disrespectful, then he can stay. I'll unblock him. So, not a big deal. Okay, I gotta go get the grandbaby so I can put her to bed. So I can go to bed because my other grandbaby kept me up all night last night, and Grandma still rocked out and did the zoo in almost 90-degree weather, okay? And then hopped right on live as soon as I got off work, so I'm tired. And then tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Like I said, I'll go live probably at some time, probably sub only. And that's unless my son says no, he's cool with everybody just because it's his birthday party. So we will do all that tomorrow. So it'll be a good night. So everyone get your sleep because it's gonna be a long day. And then we will reconvene tomorrow and finish up court. I'll message them on the side sometime tomorrow and figure out what time is best. Okay? I love you all. But he loves you guys. He very likely will just be like, no, everybody can come. I highly doubt he will want it sub only. He absolutely loves you guys. So we're good. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Wait, what did you do? You did what? Oh, you unblocked him? Okay. No, you don't have to. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.